Whatever works for you. Your sit bones are down. You're welcome to sit on a block that sometimes can lift the hips and make it easier to cross. So that's always an option. Our blocks are our friends. Allow our feet to get as comfortable as possible. Our heart is forward, shoulders back, rolling them back. And then allow the tops of our hands to press on our knees and just allow the breath. Allow the light to shut off from your eyes. Allow your breath to move. Let's take this full belly expression of a breath. Inhale, filling the lungs. And exhale through our mouth, just letting it all go. Inhaling. We can do that one more time. Fully inhaling, filling our lungs. And exhale and release through our mouth. The following breaths can close off our mouth and breathe through our nose if we're not suffering a sinus daily. I try to be as casual in my language as possible. I don't use a lot of the Hindu names for the yoga poses. I still honor the practice. Closing your eyes. My message for this week is calm mind can create clarity. We can calm our mind down with breath or fresh air. We can have more clarity to remember people's names, situations, the best solutions, or nothing at all. And slowly open your eyes and shift your arms out and wide, scooping up all the good energy from everyone around you, pressing the palms in through heart center and rounding down to your heart. And let's just make these circles 2 more times, filling our arms up with all this good energy around us. There's no judgment in this class. We're all on the mat at a different place, and that's okay. And inhale and release. Now take that right hand to the left knee, left hand behind you, and twist around looking at your left shoulder. But let's lower that right shoulder down, and you might want to take the block out because it will feel different. Or you don't want to, you don't have to. It's all your choice. Lowering that front shoulder opens up the neck on the right side. Maybe even tip your left ear towards your left shoulder. We don't pay attention to our neck enough, and it holds up our very important brain. So let's make sure we take care of our necks. Slowly shifting your chin towards that lowered front shoulder, the right shoulder. Twisting that way, and then slowly twisting it back to the left. Still keeping a connection with the left knee. Let's bring that left hand and bring it around to the right. So now our arms are in the shape of our legs. And inhale our heart forward, pressing those crossed arms, chin up to the ceiling. And exhale, tuck your chin in, round your spine, tuck your tailbone under. You'll recognize this as cat-cow. Inhale to cow, exhale to cat. So this is seated rather than in tabletop. We'll do that in a minute. Inhale, chin forward, heart forward, exhale, rounding the spine. Releasing just the right hand off the left knee. Allow that to come behind you and twist back to the right shoulder. Now we're going to lower that left front shoulder to get that same neck stretch on the other side of the neck. Inhale, slowly allowing the chin to come forward to that lowered left shoulder. If you'd like to, you can scoop your chin down to your chest, making an Amazon smile. And come back to the back shoulder, the back right shoulder. Untwist, just allowing that right hand to come across again So now the other hand is in front. We'll do a couple more seated cat-cows. Inhale your chin forward, heart forward. Exhale, rounding the spine, tucking the tailbone. We're awakening our spine slowly. I know it's not morning. And exhale, take a cat. But it's so important to make sure we're all ready for whatever's next. And then open those arms out wide into a cactus shape. Allow some space in between the fingers. Let's touch the thumb and the index finger, the thumb and the middle finger, the naughty finger, the thumb and the ring finger, and the thumb and the pinky. Let's go in reverse without me saying it. Work in our mind in a different way, taking it off of whatever we're thinking about. Spread those fingers, shake the jazz hands, and then let the right hand come down, slide it out as far as you like, maybe even the forearm. You might need to respace on the mat so you're not saying hello to somebody else that did the other side. Now that left hand arm is over your head. You're trying to keep both hips down, glutes down on the mat. Maybe you look up at the ceiling. Maybe you look forward at me. Any options are available. Pushing off the right hand off the earth, both hands up at the ceiling. Other side, same thing. Off to the left with that right arm. Stretching the torso, stretching the side body, awakening it, keeping both hips down as much as you can. Twisting your gaze up to the ceiling, those lovely tiles. Pushing the left hand off the earth. Let's fold over those crossed ankles. Now they're probably tired of being crossed. Just release and notice. Let your head just hang. Walking those hands closer to your ankles. Let's bring your hands behind your hips, feet to the wide edges, and let's windshield wiper. Allow those ankles to rest and get some air. Maybe wiggle the toes, leaving your heels on the mat. And let's slide that left leg long to the left corner and bring the right foot in like you're in tree pose, standing. You can tuck it in close. You can bring it down here, whatever works for your right knee. Now we're going to take this left or right hand to your left foot, and this is where a block might come in handy because maybe reaching that isn't going to work for you. And bring your twist of your torso off to the left, towards, and your left hand behind your left hip, or it can hang out in a T. It's your choice. Just an opposite stretch and twist. Then inhale, come all the way over to the right side. You bring your palms down, forearms down, and twist. You're going to try to keep your hips both down on the mat. So I backed off because my left hip lifted up when I went down to my forearms. Just twist off to the right. Excuse me. Inhale, bring your torso up, head towards the ceiling. Your right hand's going to go back to the space, palm up towards the ceiling. Left hand's going to slide down either the inside or the outside of the left foot. And the right hand is going to angle forward as much as it can over the head. Again, your gaze is going to go up to the ceiling tiles or towards me. You should feel a nice stretch on the right side body, the torso, the waistline. And you can lean forward. The objective is to try to get those fingers as close to those left toes, but that's not going to happen all the time or ever. That's okay. Slowly guide that right hand behind your hips, and then you can press into the right hand and lift your hips up, and you're balancing on your right knee and your left heel. Really trying to bring those hips up. Exhale slowly and fold down, bring your hips down, and then you're going to face this left leg and fold over it. Looking at the toes, your block can be your friend. You can bring the block in any position, but the gaze should be at the toes so your head, neck, and spine are aligned. And breathe into it. try to breathe in and out through your nose if possible. One more inhale, one more full exhale. And as you begin to inhale, you can slowly come all the way up. You can bring your feet to the wide edges, knees together, and out and in. Just a little different, abducting and adducting those hips. We're just trying to get a little movement. All right. Sliding and elongating the right leg. Now the left sole of the foot comes inside wherever it lands. And we're going to bring our T-twist over to the right, left hand behind us. You can use your front block, whatever works. You're twisting to the right. Right hand behind you, left hand as close as you can to that right foot or block. It can be at your knee, whatever works. Sweeping those hands forward, let's come all the way over to the left thigh, left knee. Still trying to keep that right hip down. See what we can do with this twist off to the left. Inhale back to center. We're going to have the left hand off to the ceiling behind us, fingertips up. We're going to glide the right arm along the inside or the outside of the right leg or on the block and allow the left arm to come over, head towards those right toes. You may notice one side of your body is a little bit stiffer or stickier than the other. It's an acknowledgement of an opportunity. Oftentimes, the side we do first, we spend a little more time on it if we're exercising on our own or stretching on our own. You'll notice that functional mobility is what we're doing right now, and this is what, as we age, we need. We'll do yoga poses. These are all rooted in yoga poses, but we're just really trying to spend the appropriate amount of time to open up our body if we haven't been doing it for a while. Plus, it's just good stuff. Inhale, sweep that left arm behind you. We're going to bring the right arm up to the ceiling as we push into the left knee and right heel, really opening the front side of our body after we've had it closed. And exhale and lower our right and left hip. Now come to truly facing directly over this right leg. Fold over. Our block can be our friend. Folding over this long, looking at our toes. I just made a mistake and looked at my knee. And breathing in and out. I've been coughing so hard, I've hurt my entire spine, so it makes a lot of noise, so I apologize. Breathing in and out to benefit your whole backside of your body, especially the upper torso, but your hamstrings are getting stretched. Inhale, come all the way up. We'll do a little bit of work because we're going to go to standing, so let's make sure our feet are ready for this. Let's rotate those ankles, point and flex the feet as slow or as swiftly as you'd like. Open up those yogi toes, space in between them. And take care of our feet. Twist to the right, both feet, then to the left. Like windshield wipers for our feet and ankles. And we're gonna make a quick stop at tabletop so you can bring your knees off to the side feet and then come to tabletop. Your shoulders are above your wrists. You really want to press into your fingertips and the heel of your hand. Your knees are underneath your hips. Your spine is direct in alignment with your neck and your head. We're going to do 2 cats and cows. So here we're going to bring our heart towards the mat, chin forward, shoulders back, tailbone back. And then as we exhale, we round the spine, tuck our tailbone in, and our chin comes to our chest. We've done these about 6 times already, so our spine is ready for them. Inhale to cow, and our last cat for this session. We'll do another leg stretch. We're gonna stretch the right leg behind us, toes on the mat, push the heel away. We can slide forward just using our toes as the guiding post. So our shoulders come in front of our fingers or our wrists, and then slide back. So you should feel some movement and a stretch in your calf, that area, because that can get tender. Lift up the left arm, palm up, and your right leg. So we're balancing, holding. And then if you'd like to add something else, you can bring the elbow and the knee to a crunch underneath. If you don't want to, you don't have to. We're only going to do 3. And this is our last one if you're joining in, or you can be in stillness. Either one is fine. Lowering the left hand, lowering the right knee, and begin to do the same thing on the other side. Glide that left leg long, toes touching the mat. Push the heel away. Open up some space in the back side of your legs. You'll notice your shoulders come back in this action. Allow the toes to touch the mat as they guide your shoulders forward. And then exhale, pushing your heel back. Returning to that neutral position of shoulders over the wrists. Lift up your left leg long, straight out from your hips. Try to balance between both sides of the body. And allow the right hand to come up. The palm can come up towards the ceiling or down, your choice. Inhale, exhale if you'd like to join, and a few crunches of elbows to knees, you're welcome to. One more time. And then release the right hand, left knee, and allow the right foot to come out alongside you. And you may need to space. You can always turn to the long side of your mat, but you want your right leg long. Bring the block with you over to outside your left knee and come up so your head's towards the ceiling. We're going to have our left hand on the block at any height, and your right hand is going to stretch a long, far away from that right leg, as far as you can. You'll notice we're doing lots of side stretches and so forth to really open up our side body, making sure each side is balanced. Inhale, lift both hands up towards the ceiling. You're still balancing, and you can have the right foot flat, or you can have kind of on the side angle inside. Either way is fine. And then allow the right arm to come down to the right leg, and allow the left arm to stretch to the right. Different way, gaze can be forward or at the ceiling. Then lower your hands down in front of the left knee and allow your hips to come back. You still have the right leg extended. This is a half child's pose. We're resting for just a moment. Another inhale and exhale. Slowly allow the right knee to come next to the left. Your heels should be right on your hips, and heels should be connected. Slowly lift your hips off. Bring your hands, so we're in this kneeling position. Palms up towards the ceiling. We won't be here long, I promise you. And if you want to tuck your toes, you're welcome to, or you can have your feet. But we're going to do a dancing pose, a dancer. And so you can bring your right hand back to your right heel and inhale it back. The block can be your friend, and you can have that back. Left hand back to your left heel or to your back, pushing your hips forward. We're going to do this 2 more times, so you can just add a little bit more. Pushing of your heart forward. Inhale back. Great job. Exhale and allow the left side to experience the same thing. One more time on the right. Inhale back. And then one more time on the left. Lowering down, bring your hands back in that tabletop position. Allow the block to come over to the right knee. Now it's the left side that comes out in gate pose. So the left sole of the foot's on the mat or the inside edges of your foot. Slide your hands in. Allow your right hand to come to that block, whatever height. We all have different length arms. allow the left arm to find its space over to the right. Really a nice long stretch from the outside of the left foot to the fingertips of the right. Your gaze can be up or straight ahead or down at the mat. Pushing off the block or the earth, allow the right hand to connect with the left. Left hand drifts down to the left leg and the right arm over to the left. Inhale, both arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring the hands by the right knee and lower your hips down to your right heel and fold forward in a half. You'll notice a nice stretch on the inside of that left leg. We don't often have ways to stretch the inside of our legs, so this is a good opportunity for that. You can bring the block to the front of the mat. Inch those hands out a little further. Bring the left knee next to the right. Curl the toes under. We're coming into downward dog. So press into your fingertips to the heel of your hands. Slowly lower the hips up towards the ceiling. Your arms are ideally supposed to be alongside your ears, but that might not be happening yet. Shifting one heel up and lowering the other. The toes are still on the earth. Find the space in your backside of your body. Let your head just hang. You might look under your right arm and then your left, or movement may not be serving you well today. Just allow your body to find this space in downward dog. When I see a dog actually do this, I always love it. I'm like, oh gosh, they can get down so low. Your gaze can be at your knees or your shins or your toes or the mat, whatever serves you today. Looking forward between your hands, come up onto your tiptoes and make the journey to the front of your mat. And here's where your block can be used also. Shoulder distance apart should be your feet or hip distance. So you can make two fists of your hands and put them in between your feet, the inside of your feet, to find shoulder distance apart. And let your arms just connect to the opposite elbow and sway side to side if that's okay, if you don't have vertigo or anything like that. Just allow your body. You'll notice your hamstrings are probably talking to you, the back sides of your legs. Bend into your knees to release some of that discomfort, or if you like it, go for it. Don't do anything that hurts you, especially the first time that you've done this in a while. Release your hands to your shins, flat back, looking forward. Exhale and release. Soft bend in the knees as you slowly sweep those arms alongside you wide, coming all the way up to standing. We haven't been standing for a while. Palms connect through heart center. And close your eyes. Allow yourself to settle. Notice how your feet, knees, hips, shoulders feel. Your eyes. Connect with your calmness to create that clarity. Open your eyes slowly with an inhale. Sweep those arms all the way up. Allow your right hand to grab your left wrist, shifting over to the right, pushing that left hip out. You want to keep balance between both legs and knees. So you want to maybe bend your knees a little bit, look up or straight away. Inhale all the way up. Change which hand is connecting and shift to the left, moving your right hip out. Keeping a balance between both sides. Inhale, cactus those arms and allow your heart to come forward. Exhale slowly with your arms out wide, all the way down to forward fold. This is called half sun cell. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. We'll do a different version of a side bend. So connect your thumbs and shift to your right. Still getting that left hip out. Inhale up. You can connect a different way the thumbs And shift to your left, pushing your right hip out. Inhale up. Let's bring our hands and connect them behind us, intertwining the fingers. And push that fist down towards the floor behind you, really squeezing those shoulder blades together. Then we're going to bend in our knees and slowly fold forward. Now, the hands up in the air is not working for you. Lower your hands down to your hips. We all have different mobility in our shoulders. Release those hands into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, looking forward. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. This is our last half sun cell. And we're going to do another version. And we're going to have the gold fingers, you know, where you have the pointer finger pointing out. And we're going to tip to the right, this mudra. And then shift up. And then to the left, pushing your right hip out. Inhale up. Let's cactus those arms. Open the arms out wide and swan dive down to a forward fold. Now let's see if we can make a connection of the fingers behind the calves as we fold forward. It might allow us to get a little closer. If that's not working for you, you can put your hands on your calves. Just allow this nice forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, looking forward. Exhale to fold. Bring your hands back. Walk your feet back. We're going to come into plank. This is called a vinyasa flow. We're not going to stay here long. You can always bring those knees down, but you want to have your head, neck, and spine aligned. You're tucking your tailbone slightly under like we did in cat pose. And then lower your knees. You can lift your toes or keep your toes flat. And we're going to do 3 yogi push-ups. So that means your elbows are alongside your body. And you're going to lower down 1, lift up, lower down 2, lift up, lower down 3, lift up. Curl those toes behind you and come into downward dog. It's just to build that strength. If you know how to do a full vinyasa flow, you can always do that. But, you know, we're all gaining our strength back. I am. Yogi push-ups are all great and wonderful. Inhale to look between your hands, and you can find your way to the front of the mat however you like. I don't really recommend jumping. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. You bring that right foot back. Angle your toes off to the right. Bend into the left knee. And come all the way up to the ceiling with those arms. This is Warrior 1. Cactus the arms. Inhale up. Now straighten that front left leg and fold over. You can use the block to bring your hands to the block, or your hands can frame the left foot, whatever works for you. Gazing at your left toes. Your well manicured toes. Inhale and exhale. This is a pyramid pose. Making room for your right foot. Open your right hand so your right foot can come next to your left. Forward fold. Same thing other side. Left foot comes back. Ankle it off to the left. You might want to move that right foot over as you bend into the right knee. Come all the way up with your hands. If you want to make sure your hips are facing forward, you can always bring your hands and do a little check on your hips. Allow your hands to come up towards the ceiling, cactusing the arms, squeezing those shoulder blades towards the spinal cord, and then exhale and fold with a straight back. You can fold forward all the way down. Looking at those right toes, as straight as you can make that right leg. You should feel this in your right hip, your right hamstring. Inhale, look forward, opening up space for the left foot to meet the right. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, looking forward. Exhale to fold. We're going to come in chair pose. So you're going to bend your knees, hips are back, tuck your tailbone, and your arms can either come with your elbows bent by your waist, palms up, or your arms alongside your ears. It's a personal choice. The integrity really needs to be in strengthening our quads and our hips, so sometimes our arms just cause us distress. Exhale to fold forward. We're going to take that right foot way back, turn it so it's parallel to the short edge of the mat, and bend into the left knee. We're in Warrior Two. The arms come straight out from the shoulders, palms down. Let's turn those thumbs up towards the ceiling and turn the thumbs down towards the floor. Hands back so the palms are down. Guiding that back hand down to the back leg, shifting the front hand up and over the head towards the back of the space. And anytime you start to feel a little wibbly wobbly, you can always bring the front knee out a little to the wider edge of the mat. Make sure that front knee is pointed towards the pinky toe. There's all kinds of ways to make the adjustments. Inhale back to center. We're going to straighten that front leg, bring both hands up, but the back hand's going to grab the front wrist. This is called Sky Archer. It's a great stretch for the front side of the body, so you're allowing your wrist to come back behind your head. Sky Archer. You should feel a nice stretch for the front side of your body. Inhale back to Warrior Two, but you've got a straight front leg, and you're going to tip that left hand down to the left leg, but allow your heart to open. So you're looking at that thumb of the back hand up at the ceiling. Your right hand. Now we're going to cartwheel our hands. Right hand is going to come on the inside of the left foot. Left hand down on the other side. You're going to come up on the toes of your back foot. Bend into that front left knee, and this is a crescent lunge. This is a balance challenge. Crescent lunge. You're trying to have a straight back leg, bending into the left. Now let's cactus those arms, opening up our heart. Great job. Exhale to frame the front foot and allow the right foot to come next to the left, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, looking forward. Exhale to fold. Bend at the knees, hips back, chair pose. And you can pick up the block and put it between your hands if you want. You can have your elbows by your waist or extend your arms alongside your ears. Try to get your tailbone tucked under so it supports your back. Maybe you lift your toes. Maybe you lift your heels. Challenge your balance. Lower whatever to connect your feet flat. Exhale and fold forward, leaving the block, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Let's change things up before we do the other side of Warrior One. Take that left foot to the outside of the right foot. So you're crisscrossing behind. So your pinky toe of your left foot is now connected with your right foot. You're folding forward. Slowly come all the way up to standing. This is our balance. Inhale, you can bring the block with you if you like, it's no problem. Exhale and fold all the way down. Notice where you're at in your balance. Release the left foot, bring it back to its normal position, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Can't do things without doing the other side. So your right foot connects with the outside of the left foot over on the left side of the mat. We're forward folding. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale all the way up, sweeping those arms up overhead. Slow to go. Palms through heart center. And exhale to fold. Release the right foot back to its shoulder distance apart. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Let's take the left foot back, way back. Turn that foot so it's parallel to the short edge. Ideally, you want the right foot perpendicular to the left, but you don't have to. You want to have good balance. Your right knee targeting over your right pinky toe, arms out from your shoulders, palms down. Let's open our palms away and then towards away, and towards. Thumb up, thumb down. Palms down. Let's do our reverse. So we're bringing our back hand down our back leg, front arm up and over our head. There's always an opportunity to bind this back arm. It's just an option. You bend at the elbow, bring it around to the side waist. It's just an option. Inhale, back to warrior two. We're going to straighten that front leg, bring our arms up to the ceiling. Back hand grabs the front right wrist and guides that arm back behind your head, really giving us a nice open stretch. Inhale, back to warrior two, but our front leg is straight. We're gonna lower, we're gonna inch those fingers out as far as we can and lower our right hand to our right leg. Opening up to the left. Now this back hand can go up to the ceiling, or another option is you can bring it to your waist and have your elbow up. So just whatever works for you. Looking up, or looking straight away, or looking down, whatever works for your neck. Slowly cartwheel the left hand inside the right foot. And come pivoting onto the left toes, bend into the right knee, shift your hands so they're up towards the ceiling in a nice crescent lunge. Woo, allow your heart to open up. Inhale, arms out in cactus. Bring your hands to your waist. Now, you're gonna pivot your back toes so they're facing the long side of the mat and your front toes. So now you're open to the wide side of the mat. And I'm gonna just have the mat in between me so you can see me in the mirrors. You got your hands at your waist, soft bend in your knee. You can have your feet as wide as you want and slowly lower down. Slowly lower down so your head comes, the crown of your head is facing towards the mat. You can release your hands down to the mat or the block. You can move your feet out wider if you want to test your stretch. Whatever you need, you do you. Leaving your left hand down, soft bend in the knees, sweep the right hand up towards the ceiling, twisting to the right. Exhale and release the right hand down. Inhale the left arm all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring that hand down. Slowly fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, and then heel toe your feet in so you're at the mat. Toes are out, knees come down, and hips come down. We're in a Malasana squat. Now, squats can be really difficult if we haven't done them before. You can be on your toes. You can put a block underneath you. Don't feel like you have to stay here a long time. This is called Malasana squat in Sanskrit. It's a great opportunity. You know, if you go to Asia, this is where you're going to find yourself in the restroom. And, you know, it's always good even in the United States, I think, sometimes. And you can bring your left hand down and stretch your right arm up to the ceiling. And exhale the right arm down and allow the left arm to travel up. Exhale. So how do you get out of this? If you have the block underneath you, let it go so you don't tumble. Bring your hands behind your hips and allow your legs to come out. And you can make some nice movement. It's just a transition to get down to the floor. Can you tell? All right, and you can windshield wiper the toes. Water is always good, pointing and flexing. So I encourage water in class. Sweep those arms all the way up. Have a bend in your knees as you slowly fold forward. This doesn't have to be a pancake fold where you're flat to your legs. That's an expectation for another day. This is just really to look at your toes and fold forward, just like we did standing. So your feet need to be flexed, your knees can be bent. Imagine you're standing. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, bring the hands behind you. Now we're going to do just a little reverse plank again to strengthen those the back parts of our arms and so forth. So we're going to lift our hips, pushing into our hands, push into our heels. Just see, this is called reverse plank. You can always do it with your knees bent. That's always an option. If you want to point your toes and really challenge yourself, you can do that. Try to really stretch your body out. And then exhale, slowly bringing the hips in between the hands. And let's do another fold forward. Maybe you grab the outsides of your feet. Maybe you look at your shins or your toes. Inhale all the way up. We're going to slowly go backwards. So let's work our core a little bit more. You bring your hands out. You can always grab the back of your thighs. I'm not going to hurt you. And slowly, 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 slowly come all the way down to flat on the mat. But we're not going to go to rest quite yet. Just one thing more. Slide the soles of your feet in closer to your hips. Maybe you can touch the back of your heels with your fingertips, maybe not. We're doing a bridge pose to open up the front side of our body as we finish out our practice today. Slowly pushing into your soles of your feet, lift your hips up. Your thighs may be saying hello. Your head is still connected to the earth, shoulders. You might want to tuck your elbows under to get a little bit more lift in your heart. You can connect your hands under your hips if that's a choice in bridge. So many modifications. Then slowly, ever so slowly, bring your spine down and your hips down. And then hug your knees in both. You can grab your fingers around your shins and enjoy a rock or stillness. Opening your arms to a T. Let's bring both knees connected over to your right. You can extend the top leg if you choose to and connect your peace fingers on your big toe, or keep your knees bent. Supine twist is always a great way to end a practice. If you did extend that top leg, go ahead and bend it as you shift your knees over your torso and gently guide them over to the other side, whichever side you didn't do. You can take your gaze away from your knees. If you extended your top leg on the right side, then do the same thing on the left. Breathing into this clarity of mind with our breath. Done a terrific job. You elongated that top leg, bend it as you bring it into center. You can give yourself one last hug, or if you like happy baby or candlestick, you're welcome to do any of those things. Candlestick is bringing the soles of your feet up towards the ceiling. You move your ankles. Anytime you can be weightless on your feet is a joy. And then slowly bring your left leg along to the mat as well as your right. I will turn the lights out and you can find your rest. And today I have cheer for an essential oil for your wrists. If you'd like that, I'm happy to put that on your wrists, and you can open up your wrist to me. If not, rub your wrists together and bring some cheer to your day, to your evening. Allow your body to settle in to this space, the support underneath your spine, your legs, your head, your neck. And allow your breath to guide you to calmness. subtle movements as you recheck in with your body, your toes,